Hey, welcome back to me being cheap. It's been a while since I've talked to you guys. It's been a while since I've given some updates. So, what's been going on? Where have I been? Well, the truth of the matter is I've been sick and sick with something I've had for a while, but I just cannot seem to shake it this time. So, for those of you that are familiar with diverticulitis, I've been celebrating that lovely little delight. Now, because it was very lingering and not really going away and was having some additional symptoms, I did go have a COVID test. And first of all, I want to tell you it was negative, thank goodness. But that test is not bad. So, for those of you that have been reluctant to get one of those tests, not that bad. I just take that little Q tip thing and stick it right up in there. Not bad. The worst part is trying to hold still and not, wrinkle your face because they tell you not to do that. And yeah. So that was interesting. Our local health department was doing the test, and I got to pull my truck around into the tent of shame. So I've had the same truck for a long time. So if anybody were to drive by and see my truck pulled up in that tent, they would know it was me. Know it was me having a COVID test. As an interesting experience. The old truck, the windows don't go down, so I actually got to open the door and, kind of halfway get out while they did the test. So again, not that big of a deal. So if you're hesitant to get the test, just go get it. Um, so speaking of the blue truck, I did finally get out. I really have not done anything since my wedding back in May. There really hasn't been anything to do due to shutdowns, closures, travel restrictions, that sort of thing. So did get out this past weekend because my COVID test was negative, and I went to a girlfriend's wedding. And of course, my Suburban was broken down with transmission issues, still in the shop. I'll talk about that in a minute. Was hoping to have that Suburban done, but it wasn't, so had to take the blue truck. And there was four of us going, so that was a nice fit. Trying to, it's 2.5 hours away, and two of us got to ride in that back seat, so that was fun. But it was nice. She had a nice wedding. She had a COVID wedding, same as me. So she's doing the live stream and that sort of thing. So that was really great to get to see that wedding. So on a good note, I did get the Suburban back today. So the Suburban broke down back in May when I'd taken it down to Arkansas for my wedding. And there's a little bit of delay, me trying to figure out what I wanted to do, if I wanted to get it repaired. When I got back, I was pretty busy with work, a lot of things going on with the garden, just playing catch up. I finally did my research to find a mechanic since my other mechanic had gone out of business due to his health issues. So I found a mechanic that was highly recommended, but he's pretty popular, so there was a bit of a wait to get in to see him. So finally got the Suburban there, and then they knew what was wrong with it, but there was a delay. With everything that's delayed right now, there is a delay in getting the parts in from GM. So, but the good news is the transmission was not busted. It was the I don't know. It's like the cable that connects, I guess, the gear shift to the transmission. Anyhow, the good news is that it was only $215.61. So that was even less than the lowest quote that he gave me, because he was thinking it might be the Park Paul or the Park Pro. So this is even cheaper. So yay. Pretty excited about that. All right, so other things that have been going on. So my laptop actually bit the dust, and so I'm filming this on my phone right now. I actually had to spend some time deleting off old photos and old videos so I had capacity to film. I was working on my laptop one night, the battery started going dead, and I thought, well, it was plugged in. I double checked to make sure it was plugged in. Well, the cat had chewed on the cord. So I thought, well, maybe the cord was damaged. Maybe she did some damage to it, but it didn't look that bad. And I got my multimeter out and I tested the cord, and there was continuity. So I was like, I really don't think it's the cord. And so I wiggled it around. I had my son bring some chargers over from his dad's house, see if one of them would fit, do some troubleshooting. Couldn't find any chargers around here that fit. couldn't get it going. So eventually ended up cutting that bad section out of the cord, rewiring it just to see if that was it. Wouldn't come on. So I had to take that over to the computer repair place. And of course, we don't have anything like that in town, so that was a trip outside of town. Dropped it off. He called me today and he said, well, we couldn't find anything wrong with that laptop. They said it turned right on and said your battery had 6 hours worth of charge. So I don't know what was up with that, but so now I had to, get my laptop back from there. But hey, they're not charging me anything for the service call, so that's a plus. But oh my gosh, I don't know what was wrong with it, because I mean we all messed with it. It wouldn't come on. And yes, I did try multiple outlets, so it wasn't the outlet. So laptop issues, yeah. So it's been one thing after another. So on the homesteading front, now I've got to keep this G-rated because this is a family channel, and when I upload this video, they're going to ask me if there's any content that people might find offensive. So we're just going to say what bunnies are known for. Mine evidently don't like that activity, because last weekend 2 of our bunnies were supposed to have their litters, and that didn't happen. And poor Michael, he really busted his tail trying to get the new rabbit tractor built for the lady bunnies. And we had even gone to the store and we bought some. We wanted the metal nesting boxes so that they don't chew the wood up, and so we had invested in those metal boxes. And Michael busted his tail getting that rabbit tractor done, and there were none born. And I was like, oh my gosh. And so we tried to see if that activity would happen again. And all the YouTube videos out there that talk about this say that it really needs to happen about 3 times. I'll let you do your own research on that as to what that's supposed to look like. And we can only get that to happen twice on one of our bunnies with one of the boy bunnies. And the other boy bunny, none of the girls seem to like him. And we don't know if he's like too fat and not attracted to the women, or they don't like him because he's fat, or if he can't perform. But Big Boy is now on a diet. Some of the research I've done on the internet suggests that if the bunny gets overweight, they're actually not able to do that. But the girl bunnies were rejecting him, so I don't know. Poor guy. He's cute though. He's on a diet now, and he every afternoon after work when I go out there to feed the animals, he's definitely letting me know he's out of food. So poor guy. I know what it's like to be on a diet. It sucks. Anyhow, so if we were counting on homesteading to eat, we would be starved by now. So our bunnies don't like to do what they're known to do. We're not having any luck with that. We'll see in another 28 days or less if we had luck this time. Probably not. We'll see. Quail. We've had 2 adult quail pass away. I've gone out into the pen and found them, so not sure why they're dying. One of them was one of my original that I had kept for breeding stock, and it was dead. No signs of trauma, because usually we go out there and there's like trauma, like a coon has like reached into the pen, or last year we had problems with black snakes getting in there and trying to eat the quail. Like they were overzealous on that. There's no way they could eat the quail. They could eat the eggs just fine, but so they strangulate the quail and try and eat them, and never were successful. But no signs of trauma, no signs of any animal activity, and 2 of them were dead, so I don't know. But our quail, we've been having really poor hatch rates, and we had with our breeding stock, we had 1 male to every 4 females. So that's supposed to be a good rate to ensure fertilization of the eggs, but it just wasn't happening. I don't know. Or maybe our incubator was bad. We thought maybe the incubator is not very good, because we bought like a foreign made model, like a no brand model off of eBay, or maybe it was Amazon. So we actually invested in a Little Giant American made incubator. So I've got some eggs right now incubating. Actually, I've got some in both. So I'm going to see if we have a better hatch rate using the Little Giant. It'll be interesting to see if it's an issue with the incubators, which it could be, because some of the cheaper models, they say there's a problem with inconsistent temperature. So we'll see. We'll see. The other problem that we've had is once we actually get them hatched out, we've been having a lot of them die as little chicks. So I don't know. I feel like we're not very good at this. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. And then as far as garden's looking good. We're getting produce, but the problem is that like when I go to pick things like cucumbers, purple whole peas, it's only a small amount at a time. So if we're going to have purple whole peas, I have to pick like a whole week before we have enough to eat. And these are planted, I think it's I don't know how big those rows are. I don't know, but obviously, I mean, the plants are healthy. These beans, they're healthy, but obviously we need to plant a lot more at one time to be able to, make this worth your while. So that's another learning thing. That's why we're doing this now, is to learn from our mistakes and learn what we need to do differently. So now that we've actually got the garden growing, we're just going to have to plant more. Okay, other issues. Twice I have gone to Walmart for spices, and twice I have been disappointed. So the first time I went for celery seed, and I was able to get one small container, and it was expensive, and it was the last one left, and their spice section was depleted. So I'm sure that some of the shortage with all this that's going on is like, come on, why is there a run on celery seed? Not everybody's out there making pickles. I don't know, maybe they are. And then the second time, we went to get some mustard seed. Now, I have to tell you, I used up all the mustard seed that came with this house, and the mustard seed was circa 1981. I'm not lying. And then I got to digging a little deeper, and I actually found some celery seed after I bought that from Walmart. Also circa 1981, if you don't believe me, if you can see that or not. Whole celery, 1981. So I have to tell you guys, if any of you sell Tupperware, you're selling a good product, because I was 6 years old when this celery was put away, and the mustard seed. I've been using it for years now, making pickles. I'd forgotten about the celery seed, but it's still great. I mean, it's still fresh. It tastes fine. It's not spoiled. So yeah, Tupperware, wonderful product. But I got tired. I got tired of going to Walmart, and they just don't have what you need. It's all gone. I did some shopping this weekend, and I needed some, what was it, kidney beans. So I went down the kidney bean aisle, and I turned behind me and looked, because that's where the pasta and the pasta sauce is supposed to be. That whole shelf was just wiped clean. I mean, there wasn't anything there. I'm like, must have been a run on the pasta. All right, so because I got tired of dealing with never having what I need and not finding what I need at Walmart, I asked my canning group on Facebook, for those of you that like to can, Rebel Canners is a really good group on Facebook. So I asked them, if you guys were to shop online and buy everything you needed, what would be on your list? And I had all kinds of recommendations. I wrote them all down. And for the stuff that I already didn't have on hand, I went and ordered. And so the first thing that came in is the mustard seed. And you see how it's kind of loose in here? This is 2 pounds of mustard seed. And my postmaster, she has got to hate me. Every time I order stuff from Walmart or Amazon, I don't know what they do. I don't know if the carriers like go out and tap dance on it or something, but it's always broken. It's always broken open and it's busted. And one time I was ordering cocoa from Walmart, and this is way before the current health issue. This is way before that was even going on. But I just didn't want to clear the shelf at Walmart, but I wanted to have enough on hand because we do a lot of baking, and so I had ordered some cocoa online. You know, it's the same price, free shipping. And at the same time, I had ordered some tuna fish. And I don't know who packs those boxes, but they put these giant cans of tuna fish in with these cardboard canisters of cocoa. It's like a cocoa bomb went off. And the box was broken open, and there was like cocoa everywhere. And the postmaster, she's like, this was all in my carrier's vehicle. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I mean, it's not my fault. It's not my fault. Walmart should not have packed it that way. And maybe they should have handled it a little bit more carefully. But yeah, it was bad. And I took it home. I mean, there was cocoa all in my truck. There's cocoa all in the kitchen. But yeah, so anyway, there's mustard seeds everywhere. But the good news is I have a lifetime supply of mustard seed, and it's a lifetime supply for my kids and their grandkids, because evidently a supply of mustard seeds from 1981 in one of these things is enough to last me more than 20 years, because I used it up this year. And yeah, so what I plan to do with this mustard seed is put it into reasonable sizes, and then use my vacuum chamber, package it up into little packages. And my sister said she wanted some, so I'm going to give some to her, and then like any friends and stuff nearby that need some, I'll definitely give some to them. But the cool thing is so like you buy the little bitty less than 1 ounce brand name from Walmart, and it's like $4 or $5, you know, depending on the spice. This is 2 pounds, and I think it was $11, so way better bargain. But anyhow, I've got whole cloves, ground cloves, allspice. I've got all kinds of stuff coming. Again, lifetime supply. So I guess that's all that's been going on with me. Just trying to get things accomplished, and hopefully this week